Well, now that we have the downpipe all sorted out, we gotta fix these turbo studs that have fallen out again. And we're gonna replace them with bolts so that they can't fall out.
I think this is the third time that they fall.
I thought it was just the second time. No?
Well, no. So first time, the supplier of engines, turbo, and manifold, they gave the wrong studs, and then they just fell like 2 weeks later.
Right, and then that's when we replaced them that first time, right? Yeah.
That's the first one, yeah. And then we had to take it back to engine.
Right.
And then we drove it back, and again, after 2 weeks, it fell off.
Yeah.
And I asked engine, hey, did you put thread locker? And he said, no, you shouldn't have to. So I had to take it again.
So that was the third time is like...
That was the second time.
Okay, wow, okay.
So, and here we are today. And he took it off. He took like the freaking turbo and everything off, and still, man, this time obviously lasted longer. It had some thread locker in it.
Yeah, I've got some tricks going to try out, so we'll do that.
Dance tricks work.
All right, so the first thing we got to do, like you've already loosened up some things like the coolant reservoir and whatnot, but we're gonna have to take the intake off, and we got to take the strut tower brace off too to get more room. So
yep,
let's get working on that. Just use this to get a little extra. All right, strut tower bar is out of the way. Let's finish getting this turbo blanket out of the way. All right, so on the turbo here, you can see, hopefully you can see, that the stud over here on the front outer side has freaking fallen out. And not only that one, but the stud over here on the engine, the rear engine side, has fallen out too. Right down in there. And we're gonna have to make sure that the two remaining studs are actually tight. Yeah, we gotta take the intake off, and probably the intercooler off too. And yeah, this guy just sits up out of the way like this. That's what a stuffed turbo looks like inside. All right, so we figured out that we can get a 30mm bolt from the bottom of the manifold flange to come all the way through up to the top of the turbo. And there's just enough threads left that we can stick a flange nut on top of it. Now I would have liked to have put the bolt down through the top, and then that way there's no way a bolt could ever fall out. But there's just no way you can get a bolt in between the turbo and the top of the turbo flange right here. And the 30mm is the maximum length the bolt can be because of the way the heat shield down here on the manifold flange is. So the bolt is an M8 by 125 pitch, 30mm in length. Now the stud on the backside over here, you can see that it's actually falling down already. It's already on its way coming out. So I'm gonna take this one completely out and do the same bolt and nut treatment on this side. All right, so we were taking the nut off that back stud back there, and it actually turns out that the nut came off and the stud stayed in, even though the stud was loose. So what I had to do was put two nuts on the stud, double nut it, and then I was able to very carefully actually pull the stud out. So now we can actually get the two bolts in there on that side. And there is basically no room to get in here with a wrench. You can basically only turn it like that far each time. Takes about an hour per stud. All right, you can see in here I got both of the bolts started coming up from the bottom. Now this back one back here, it kept hitting the heat shield for the manifold. So I actually had my buddy push down on this heat shield while I was getting the bolt started. That was really tricky. So now it's just a matter of tightening these things all the way up, and there'll be just enough sticking up of the bolt to get a nut on the top. And I'll use one of these flange nuts that have these anti-loosening ridges on them. Well, back to tightening this thing up 1mm at a time. All right, got the bolts coming up from the bottom through the manifold into the turbo flange, and then with a little bit of the thread sticking up, I was able to get locking flange nuts on top. Now the tricky part is going to be replacing that stud back there on the engine side that fell out. the way everything fits with the manifold in there, I don't think we can put one up from the bottom like we did on this side. So what I plan on doing is running a bolt down through the top and then getting a nut on the bottom of it. And I'm probably gonna have to do all that with a crow's foot. So let's see. The plan was to put the bolt in from the top, but it kept hitting the housing of the turbo here where the wastegate arm is. And I tried shortening the bolt, but it shortened it so much that there was no way to get a nut from the bottom. So now we're gonna try a 25mm nut from the bottom and see if we can get that to go. All right, so we found out that it was basically impossible to get a bolt coming up from the bottom, but I was able to get a 25mm bolt to just barely clearance the wastegate arm housing. And now we're gonna run that down through and hoping the 25mm is just long enough to stick out the bottom to put a nut on. We'll see. So we have the bolt run almost all the way down through, and now I have the nut taped to my finger because that's the only way we can hold a nut like on the bottom down there. And then my buddy's gonna try and twist the bolt down onto the nut. All right, so 25mm nut going down from the top just didn't leave enough thread on the bottom for us to actually get a nut on down there. So it's got to be a 30mm bolt going through the turbo. But again, this silly wastegate arm housing gets in the way of actually getting a 30mm bolt down in there. So what I did was use the grinder and cut down the head on this 30mm bolt from a 13mm size basically down to an 11mm. And I also reduced the thickness of the head as well. So hopefully this works. All right, you can see I have the 30mm long bolt started and it is just barely clearing the turbo housing there with the smaller head. Wow. And because of the clearances in here, I have to use the crow's foot to tighten this thing up. Right now I'm just doing it by hand. Once it actually gets down there, I'll use the wrench to snug it up. And you know, since I was just using the angle grinder by hand, this thing isn't perfectly 11mm. Makes it kind of awkward. All right, so I got my little bore scope here so you can see the underside of the turbo where we put a nut on. Ran the 30mm bolt, the modified 30mm bolt from the top, and underneath there, you can see the nut on the underside.
It's beautiful.
All right, so I was able to get the nut off of this stud right here, the front engine side. And that stud actually seems to be pretty solid compared to the other studs that were falling out. So we're just gonna leave that stud in and replace the nut with one of these flange locking nuts. And hopefully that won't back off. And I might even double nut that thing. Put another nut on the top of this nut. So there you can see we got one of the locking flange nuts on that stud, and then to keep that nut from backing off, I double nutted it. And that sucker is tight. So that's it. That's all 4 studs, bolts, turbo bolted to manifold, should be done.
Everything is dual nutted.
Dual nutted, double nut, double bolt, triple stud. All right, so now that we're putting everything back together, we want to check the crack pressure on the wastegate actuator, and we've already got the nut loose here.
It should be right now at 11.5. Let's see if that's true.
There,
oh, there it moved.
It moved right then.
Holy shit, it's at 15.
It's at 15.
Yeah, we need to adjust that down.
Okay. All right, so you pop the little rod back off. I don't know which way, in or out.
There. Oh yeah, now that's lower. 10, 11, 12, 13. 13 right on it. Maybe a tiny little bit less, which is fine. 14, 15, so.
Yeah, good.
It's set.
Good deal. So now all we have to do is
tighten it.
Reconnect all the freaking nose. Oh yeah, we gotta like tighten this thing back up. Also put the C-clip back on, so no big deal. That's it. And then we have to reconnect all these freaking hoses. And then we're done.
What do you think?
I think it sounds pretty good, man. You definitely don't hear the leaks like you were hearing before.
Definitely not. Sounds great.
Do you have a check engine light right now, or
no?
No? All right.
It shouldn't appear.
I know. I mean, that's hopefully you don't get the check engine light back with the now that the cross pipe is fixed.
It seems super tight. You said so yourself. So
yeah.
Thanks, man. Could not have done it without you. So
All right, man. Well, I'm glad I could help and get this thing back on the road.
Yeah, I mean,
And no more stupid leaks on the turbo, leaks on the downpipe, cross pipe, and all that jazz.
yeah, so if you upgrade the turbo, beware. And, you know, be sure to secure the studs just in case.
Yeah,
Up
definitely.
and down. Yeah. Awesome. Well, thanks again, Dano.
Yep.
Oh, did you hear that sound?
Yeah.
What the hell?
Sounds good. A little shoot.
Yeah.